Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Deranged Librarian, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Townies in Willow Creek. We're starting with the Pancakes family. My goal here is just to make everybody's lives a little bit better, so I'm starting with the Pancakes because it's obvious that their marriage is in turmoil. These two have been living together for so long, it's pretty obvious that they have either lost a child or are unable to have children, so I wanted to make their lives just a little bit more modern, updated, and work on their marriage pretty much because from what we can see here, they don't like anything about each other, but they're still together for some reason. The goal is to update their wardrobes, their looks a little bit, just to refresh, maybe get them to feel a little bit better in themselves. And we can see here that I am trying to figure out a way to update Bob's wardrobe. It's kind of difficult because I really like his classic t-shirt and I kind of like his look. He's just like a bit of a casual guy. What we can see in his personality, he's a slob, he's a loner, he's gloomy, so maybe that's why Eliza's kind of done with his BS. Because she's like a materialistic type of person. I was thinking about getting rid of his beard, and it was just an immediate mistake. Like, no other beard or facial hair suits him better than what he already has, and taking it off made him look like a bit of a baby. So I was just like, you know what, maybe I'll just leave it how it was kind of deal, because it just looked okay. Maybe just trim it up a little bit, because like the hair growth thing is a thing, and I kind of just love that he can like grow his beard out a little more and then just have it a little bit trimmed as like a casual wear type thing. So I wanted to leave his shirt, but I also wanted to update his wardrobe. So I kind of like did a little bit of both. I gave him a new shirt and clothing, and my goal with this family is to just bring them back together and find a way to heal their marriage, which because we have the, oh my gosh, my brain, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to think of what the pack was called, but the love pack, whatever it was, they have therapy. They have couples therapy. I was gonna say emotional therapy, which it's both. So we're just gonna like work on them, get them to just be happier people, I think, and work on themselves so that they can come back together. So I kind of changed his way of life and his preferences, because why would you be into somebody who's taken unless it's your wife? And that's just crazy. And you probably need like solo therapy to figure that out, Bob. Let's see, what was I doing next? So yeah, his turn-offs, turn-ons. He likes gift giving and flirting, which is totally fine, whatever, but I feel like he should maybe be attracted to his wife. Let's just help him out a little bit. And I was picking clothing just because I was basing it off of what she was currently wearing or what I was going to plan to put her in, because I think that because she's a redhead, she should be in greens and purples. And then I was changing stuff with her because like she just hates everything about Bob, and it's like, that's not cool. That's your husband, bro. So like, yeah, you can't, like, how are we ever gonna get these two back together if she hates flirting and she hates physical intimacy? So I changed that, and then changed some things to make her a little bit more attracted to her husband. And let's see, her personality, she wants like the big house, big money, but she doesn't actually have a job. So in the future, I do change that and I get her a job that I think is actually really well suited to her. But you can see she's neat, she's materialistic, and she's a perfectionist. So like her and Bob are just complete opposites, and that's just such a hard thing to like overcome throughout a marriage, especially if there's loss and stuff like that. So we're gonna work on that for these two because I believe in them. So I'm changing her everyday outfit. I feel like she's a little bit bougie because she's materialistic and wants the big house. So I feel like she would probably upkeep her look a lot more than she is. So I'm just updating because like those brows were atrocious. I think I keep her short hair, but I keep it updated because like I like her with short hair. It just kind of suits her and her face, and I wanted her to still be kind of recognizable from what we've seen previously. So that one, I freaking love this hairstyle. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's because I'm also a redhead and I wear my hair like that, but I was just like immediately drawn to that and was like, yes, this has to be her hair. Like I tried so many other different kinds and it just wasn't suiting her whatsoever. So yeah, see, I just try everything, but she's not like a farm girl type person. She's not a braid. She's a done up type lady. I thought maybe sleek would look better on her too, but it just doesn't seem like Eliza. So I changed that, and I also changed the color of her hair a little bit, I think. I changed it to like the more orangey red, like auburn. At least I think I did. Anyway, maybe I didn't. And I'm just now working on her makeup because, again, I feel like she's materialistic. I feel like she's a bit of a snob and self-absorbed, which like aren't her personality traits. But I figure that all these things kind of go together. So I'm just like bougieing her up a bit because she just seems like the type of like person who would be like this and who would doll herself up every day. And maybe because her marriage was so terrible, she just like didn't want to do anything, and now she's sort of just coming back to it and coming out of her funk and wants to like feel pretty again and work on her marriage and be there for Bob and maybe earn some money. Oh gosh, some of these formal wear things are just brutal. Like what I hit, the automatic like outfits are just insanity, and I know that it's just like a randomized type thing, but it's just so hideous sometimes it really throws me off. Yeah, so we're also putting her in cute PJs because she wants to feel sexy, and I feel like just the no pants look is probably a good idea if you're trying to bring it back together but you're not really sure how your husband's going to feel or do anything. So yeah, what do we want? Party wear? I feel like that outfit's totally her. She would just be like, not a party girl, but like a fancy outing type person and would go all out. And like, yeah, these outfits are just perfect because they just suit what I think her personality is completely. I'm not sure why I was pausing for so long there. Maybe I was talking to my dog or doing something in real life. But yeah, her hot weather wear, just picking something a little bit simple, easy peasy. Nothing that she would super sweat in, but also wouldn't be actually like impractical to be outside in. And then I realized that I had to change all the hair for every single outfit. And that was kind of annoying, but it was fine. Because I just really wanted her to have that cute little little bob. Oh, I didn't even realize until I just said it. A little bob for her. Oh, I know, that was dorky, and I'm not sorry about it, honestly, because that was hysterical. All right, so we have them all set in their new cute little outfits, and we're going to start working on their house a little bit, and then their marriage and getting jobs and things like that. This room is amazing, honestly. I really, really like that room, and I was thinking about putting it upstairs, but it kind of just makes sense to have a little man cave. So the next thing that I was doing is getting Eliza a job and getting Bob a job, but he already has a job, so I figured I would just help him get promotions and things like that. But I feel like Eliza would absolutely be an interior decorator. Like, even just this old-fashioned house that she has it just makes sense. Like, it's so, like, 90s a little bit, and I feel like, yeah, that makes sense for her. Let's start with you, Eliza. Close your eyes, look within. Oh, right, I sent them to therapy. And, because I was just like, we're just gonna go in as fast as we can. It's so good to hear that you are feeling well. Oh, yeah. Good. So they're working on their marriage already. How about you, Bob? How are you feeling? Good mood? Feeling good? Great. Yep. Yeah. So they both decided that they want to work on things and get it together. Let's get to the root of some of the issues. I feel like their relationship in general needed work. Like they weren't attracted to each other and the dynamics were off. Like they were kind of mean to each other. So it was a little bit crazy, but they're trying, so that's nice. I'm not going to read the entirety of these things because if you play The Sims, you're going to read them anyway. And I rarely ever do. I just pick what I think is like the fastest, best option to get where we're going in gameplay and stuff like that. So yeah, they're going to improve their romantic lives and work on things. So they're feeling a little flirty after their therapy, which is just adorable. Um, as you can see, like in their relationship thing, they are not like in love at all, and they're barely friends. So we're gonna really, really work on that. So they're gonna talk about healthy relationships. I love his little shorts. Oh my god. Oh yeah, he got stuck, so I had to knock him out of it because he kept just trying to open an umbrella. They really, really love this little basement, and I think it's so funny. And I think it's mainly because they have a jukebox in there. So it's their dance moves. So it's really cute, and I think I got them to dance together, maybe, but who knows? Uh, but they are just gonna like hang out, talk to each other, flirt a little bit, and then I'm gonna start to rearrange the house and clean things up and make it just like a more modern version of their home. I like that little computer room too. I think that's really cute, and it was a really cute idea for her to have her own little space like that. I kind of hate that they each have their own room. That's how you can tell that their relationship has gone like completely off the rails. So here we are. We're just going to work on things, be a little romantic, be a little flirty, level up all their stuff. Yeah, their lack of connection, things like that. Kissing hands, like they're just trying to reconnect and being cutesy little beans. And it's starting to work, which is great. I think every great relationship starts with friendship, and they're just gonna go for broke here. She acquired the video gaming skill. That's so off brand for her, but I think it's really funny. So Bob is gloomy. I didn't want to change their actual personality traits because I think that they're interesting, and being opposites is really, really fun in a way. So like I wanted them to try to kind of work with that instead of completely just changing their personalities, because they are townies. They are a staple to the town and The Sims. So I wanted them to remain true to who they are, but work on their relationship in general. So they're poking each other and just being real cute and flirty. And that's lovely. And now they're gonna go do their own thing. I like that Bob is, he's sloppy or whatever it is. And he has clothing everywhere. But also, like, it's still kind of tidy because, like, the rest of the house, clearly Eliza is the one who, like, takes over everything. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to start working on the house and stuff like that. Their house is huge. And I didn't want it to change the structure of it. I wanted everything to remain like the same for that, but I wanted to upgrade all of their stuff, because if she's an interior designer and now it's like 2025, she's gonna have upgraded since the 90s and changed things around a little bit. So I wanted to make sure that it all matched their personality and a bit their bouginess, and also like the house is probably going to reflect Eliza more than it does Bob, which totally makes sense because she would be the one who does all the stuff because he's lazy, and he wouldn't think to upgrade anything. He would just keep the status quo and keep his place. He'd probably be one of those people who has like one chair and video games and like nothing if it wasn't for her, right? Which is totally fine. If that's your vibe, that's your vibe. But Eliza, that's not her vibe. So she's just gonna bougie up the place and make it brighter, lighter, and more modern for sure. So I think I'm working on the living room first, or maybe the kitchen. We'll see in a second. I'm just doing a quick little voiceover on this thing while I did gameplay without it. I figured that they would probably have lighter floors just to make it more sleek, and she'd definitely still have a fireplace because she just seems like the type of person who would also like want to curl up with a book in front of the fireplace, or even just like with her little iPad and play some games, watch TV. I don't think I put a TV in this room just because she might not watch TV that often, and she'd want to have like a fancy sitting room for guests so that she can host some parties there. But yeah, I also figured she'd probably have white furniture. If they don't have kids, like, she would absolutely be like, everything's white, everything is just sleek and beautiful, and no kid can dump anything anywhere. So as you can see, I'm making everything just like lighter, brighter, like I just said, more modern. And I just think that she would just be so unbelievably bougie. I love it so much that I got to play this way with this house and just upgrade it from the 90s hot mess that it is. I mean, I guess it's not a super hot mess, but it is just like outdated. And she would, of course, have fancy, fancy curtains in here. And just want everything to just be white, gold, sleek, gorgeous. I can't remember how much money we have at this point, but she does start to earn like a really good living with her interior design. And I also figured that she would probably have paintings of old family members or something. I tried to work those in, but that didn't really work. And then I don't really like that portrait, but I like the ones of the ladies with the buns and the cute hair. And I figured she'd probably have some family members in there, and then just like a boatload of plants everywhere just to add some little pops of color, because she would know that that's a good idea. Even if your entire room is white, you would absolutely have plants in there to just give it a little bit of life and make it look lived in. I love that plant so much. It's so freaking cute. Oh yeah, and then I figured she either reads or she just likes to have books on display, as some people do, because it just makes you look smarter, I guess, and like you collect something worthwhile. And she would absolutely be the person to have like a showcase of her books in a space where other people are going to be, so she can be like, oh, I read this book by so and so. I don't know why I think that's her voice, but it absolutely is. Pretty much have this room set. I'm just adding a couple little extra accessories and things like that, like knickknacks from the Book Nook kit. I absolutely love this kit. It's so freaking cute. I love the little basket with the books in it and the plant and all the candles, and this lamp I'm just like in love with. I've been using it in all of my builds. And yeah, so we're gonna move on to this little area here. It's the front doorway, and I just figured that Eliza would probably have like white stairs, marble type stairs, because she wants to be richy rich, but she probably puts the tiles in as like a holding pattern because she'll eventually want that marble. She wants to be a mansion baron. She wants all the bougie. I keep saying bougie, I'm so sorry. She wants all of the like ritzy stuff like that. So I'm just updating this little area because I don't really ever put front doorways like this in my builds. Just because it's like easier for me to see things when there's not so many walls. Like I like gameplay where you can really just see your Sims and what they're currently using and stuff like that. So I don't really put front doorways in any of my stuff. But I wanted to just stay true to the outlay of the house and things like that. So I'm just adding new tables. I figured she probably wants some more plants. Like she's an interior decorator, so she wants things to look homey and lively without being cluttered. I don't think she likes a lot of clutter, and that's probably why her and Bob get into some fights, because he is sloppy and messy and all that. But she probably just have something simple, like candles and some books and plants in here, and a mirror, and that's basically it. I also really, really love these teeny tiny lights. I don't really ever put chandeliers or anything like that in my builds. So next I'm moving on to the kitchen dining room area. This dining room is just atrocious. It's not even 90s, it's just bad. Like, it's not good. Why is it like this? So, I mean, I just said I don't put chandeliers and stuff, but I did look for something chandelier-like to go in here because Eliza would love a chandelier. I really wanted that one, but I don't think the walls were tall enough for it, but that's fine. So I just went simple so that I could see what I was doing. And I love this little wall. I think she absolutely would keep something here and keep the sconces there and just add like a painting, a table, a little side table where maybe they could put like drinks or something, or just for straight up decoration. She wants her house to be stunning and expensive, so she would absolutely put a bust here of somebody fancy's head. I did think about a rooster, but then I was like, no, she probably wouldn't want country type stuff. She might like a dog bust, who knows. So I was trying to find like a family portrait type thing or like a really fancy painting, but all the things that I wanted there wouldn't really fit, and because the table was there, they wouldn't actually go on the wall, so I had to settle for something else, which is totally fine, and like it looks cute. I eventually figured this out, as you can see, and I think it looks cute. I believe I changed a couple of things there later on, but that looks cute for now, for what I'm trying to do here. But the dining room, I really I love that wallpaper, but it definitely wasn't going to work in this room. It's a little bit too much even for a dining room, where you're trying to keep things simple, but like having like a piece, what are those called? Like a decor piece, a centerpiece, but not a centerpiece on a table. Like a center, oh, what is that called? That's going to drive me crazy. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I figured she would probably go for, what is she going for? What did I decide here? I feel like I remember when I do it at the very end of the video, and then when I get to this point, I'm like, I don't remember. Oh yeah, so yeah, I figured she would go for something floral, that's right, and like nice light pinks type of thing. And I tried a round table, I didn't really like it. I figured she would want like a long table where she could entertain and make it look fancy pants, and like maybe do table settings. She also seems like the kind of person who would probably do like a tabletop scene, like a diorama, but on a table. Eliza I feel like if she was real, she would have so many like what I would consider like bizarre interests, like things that don't necessarily go together but make sense for her. Like tablescapes. Tablescapes is the word that I'm looking for here. I feel like she would absolutely make a tablescape and go into competitions and things like that, which is like wild to me, but so amazing. If you've ever looked them up, you'll know, but if you haven't, you should look them up because some of them get really, really crazy. So clearly I spent way too long on this dining room because I just wanted to be just so. I feel like Eliza would also want her dining room to be just so. She would want it to be a little bit more chic but homey. Like she wants it to be approachable so that people feel comfortable staying and having a cocktail or something like that after they have like a dinner party and their friends over, even though I don't think that Bob and Eliza have too many friends, but maybe it's just because they've been little sourpusses and not having the best time of their life, so they're just like, maybe they've alienated themselves a little bit from their community. So maybe eventually that'll be a goal, is to get friends and grow their community so then they can have dinner parties and things like that. I added a different wood finish on the table because I figured like she probably wouldn't want every single thing in this room to be completely white. She probably also put a tablecloth over top of it when like to go with her themes and things like that. She seems like a lady who would have themes. Yeah, I spend way too much time picking out chairs and decor and things like that, but I mean that's kind of the point of what I'm doing here. But I could not decide for the life of me what she would have in this room, but I knew that she'd probably want a china cabinet, a grandfather clock. This friggin' peacock needed to go somewhere because, like, I could totally see her in a store being like, oh my god, that's the height of, like exquisite, expensive, like she would absolutely, and like maybe Bob's in tow and he's just like, oh my god, this friggin' peacock. Like, whatever, lady, just get it, let's leave. I feel like when they first started their relationship that he probably humored her a lot just because he was so enamored with her, and then as they grew older he was just like, oh my god, what have I done? But also like a piece of him like really loves her and her her personality, which to me, I don't know if I would get along with her personality. I get along with pretty much anybody, but snobs are not my vibe. So I don't know if I would get along with this lady, but I can appreciate what she's doing here for sure. I eventually decide that I am going to take that big cupboard and make it kind of like into a wall. So then she has a china cabinet and like but it's not taking up more space in the dining room, and it's kind of cutting off the kitchen a little bit, so then it's not so open concept. Like, I feel like she would probably want her kitchen hidden eventually when she becomes like the super mansion baron that she dreams to be, and that she probably have like a butler's kitchen and a pantry and all that stuff, and she'd be like hyper organized. She'd be one of those people who has like labels on all of her stuff and does Instagram videos of her refilling everything and making her fridge all pretty. Like, again, she'd probably be the type of person who would do like a themed fridge. Like, I feel like that would be her to a freaking T. So I eventually just delete all that right there. And then that big guy goes right there. And I feel like that just brings the room a little bit more together and also apart. And that really helps. And it kind of made me decide a lot of different things, because I was like, the light wood looks great. I'm going to put up some fancy curtains that just make it look more like a dining room. And then the kitchen I eventually make into like whites and golds to make it flow a little bit better. I also decide that the wallpaper is not pink enough. It's just not pink enough for Eliza. So I changed that up. And this little thing right here, I love what I'm about to do. And it tied the room together in such a good way, where she could have a spot where she could probably put like chafing dishes and things like that, so that her entertaining is just like a little bit extra. So if you just heard a squeak, that's my dog playing with her toy. And yeah, so this room is coming together so nicely. I love it so much. I just want a little bit more plant life and things like that in here, so I just keep nitpicking and going. And yeah, you can see I changed it to pink, and I think that just makes the room even just more Eliza and more freaking cute. But yeah, I picked curtains that actually I think my grandmother has similar curtains in there. And yeah, just some like potted plants that would probably get in the way, but it just makes things look super cute. Sorry, my dog has decided that she would like to play with toys underneath me, and that's wonderful. She's very cute. Someday you'll probably see her in a video, because she's just that cute. She has to be involved. But yeah, you can see me picking out all the plants and things like that, and I eventually, oh god, I really wish that I could have made that one work. It's so huge and obnoxious and just so Eliza that she would just have monstrosities in her house. Someday maybe we'll get back to playing these two, and I can make her mansion exactly how she wants it to be. So here I am just finishing up the dining room and deleting all the cabinets in the kitchen. I never use cabinets. They get in the road, I find. So I'm just gonna work on the kitchen for a minute and make things a little bit lighter, brighter. I was trying to make the what's that called? Like backsplash to be real stone. So I thought that she would be into that, and then I decided that actually if she was like one of those people who wants to be modern and whatever, she'd probably actually have shiplap in her kitchen. And I decided that it just makes for a cleaner look, and that she would want that instead of stone in there. And maybe eventually when she gets like more money and can afford that, then she will completely change that. But I figured she'd want just more modern devices too. Not devices, appliances. I mean, I guess her computer would be needing an upgrade at some point too, but yeah, I decided to go with golds and whites in here. I'm sorry if you're hearing Rosie chewing on something. I don't know how far this microphone actually reaches to catch noise like that, but she's underneath me chewing on something weird, so whatever. But yeah, so I decided to go. I loved the Life and Death expansion pack. I think it was such a beautiful pack, and the kitchen appliances turned out stunning. So you can see that I'm adding a bunch here. I was trying to save that little wood painting, but it's just not going to go with what she currently has, and it's a little too 90s for her new modern kitchen. So just adding lighter woods and cute little garbage can here in the minute. And yeah, I'm just going to keep this as simple and clean cut as possible because I don't think she'd be the kind of person who'd have very much stuff on the counter or anything like that. She would just keep things tidy as possible. And yeah, so I think that I'm going to finish up here for today, and I really, really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to try to do more videos in the future and probably set up a schedule very, very soon because I'm really enjoying making these, and I hope you enjoy the voiceover for now as I figure out how to tie things together and work a camera. So thank you so much for joining us today. Take care. Bye-bye.